In that theory, there comes the acceptance of suffering. We don't want to hear that. Basically, the suffering and the negativity is part of ourself, right? It is a part of ourself. And this belongs to us. There was one beautiful story that there was a Tibetan yogi. He was living in the cave, okay, sitting in the cave. And he used to talk with his, sometimes he see when the negativity comes, when the frustration or anger or things like that comes, and he put that in sort of like a metaphor. Like he put that, and then he made this poem. Sort of, he said, when these fearful, scary, these demons, which he means by those negatives, negativities, when they come, what I say is I invite them. I invite them into my cave. And then I ask them to sit next to me. And I greet them. And I ask them, so how are you? How come you come here today in my cave? And then I communicate with my own negativities, which is the scary one. And then the first response that my negativity always give to me is, aren't you scared of me? Usually, everybody's scared. You used to scare of me. And today, you are greeting me instead of scaring, running away, or fighting with me. Today, you are so nice. And I'm shocked. And there's a lot of questions, our negativity. When we first respond to our negativity like that that master said, there's a lot of, communication going on. Question, why? It is like, why did you ignore me before? Why did you fight with me before? And why today you are so nice to me? All these things. And then master said, what I do is I tell them, shh, I'm meditating. I allow you to come sit beside me. Don't talk. I just want you to stay here. But there is no pressure. If you feel like leaving this cave, go. But I'm welcoming you. Just sit next to me. And, here, look at me. I'm being nice to you. I'm being nice to you. I'm not avoiding you. And I'm not fighting with you. Sit beside me. And you are freedom that, you came in. I welcome you. And you go whenever you feel like going. That is how I communicate. And that is the metaphor, exact metaphor of welcoming, accepting the suffering. See, in that case, when that master, when he invites those negativity, and what he does, when he's, it is inviting them. It is not fighting, right? It is not yelling at your negativity, saying like, why you are here? Again you're here. You came here to make trouble. Like yelling at them, or just kind of like like you close the door of the cave with may build the concrete on the door, and then when you want to go out of the cave, then you have to to fight with your own concrete that you made, right? So that's kind of like like how the masters, give us this kind of, technique of how to welcome. This is a, interesting metaphor of welcoming the negativity. And that is how we should do. It is like anything, like even suffering or negativity or anything that comes in our life. Just kind of, when it is there, it is like, instead of fighting or avoiding, just say, hello, how are you? You might be here for some reason. And then just kind of allow it there. Just, because if you fight with it, you are avoiding it, just kind of you create more and more anger and frustration and disappointment, all these things. And then your suffering kind of multiply, right? And you have only one physical suffering, and then on top of that, when you fight, you get so upset, when you get so disappointed, you get so frustrated, you get so angry. All these are not there at the beginning, right? At the beginning, there was just a small physical pain. But how you deal with it, you make it worse and worse and worse. First, it was just a physical pain. Later, it became emotional pain. And later, it became a spiritual pain. So it's become like bigger and bigger. So that is why best way to is like accepting the suffering.